Hello and welcome to court. Today I will be doing a total overhaul on this simplicity pattern. If you want to know how to make the undershirt a bit more historical, check out the link at the end of this video. I will be pleating the bodice to add more texture and dimension to the fabric, and adding sleeves to the bodice to give it a more historical feel. For the skirt, I'm changing the overall shape by adding a bit of a train and adding pleating to the trim of the hem at the front of the skirt. This dress is a holiday present for my wife, so I wanted to do something dramatic. The base layer of this gown will be used for two completely separate looks in the end. The transformation from the European textiles to the African textiles took her breath away when she first saw the gown. I had to alter the pattern for the bodice a bit by shortening the length of the torso so that it hit the waist properly. Before pleating this fabric for the bodice, I did a rough estimate on how much fabric I would need for the pattern piece, and then slightly increased that number. After I sewed down all the pleats, and honestly that took nearly as long as the pleating itself, I was ready to cut out those pattern pieces. I reinforced the bodice with canvas because Muse absolutely hates the look of kirtles, and I'm not really trying to give her something that she would hate. If I wanted to do that, I could have just gotten Muse a ponytail holder and called it a day. I gathered the bottom of the dress at the waist and lengthened the middle panel of the pattern to create a small train. This strip of fabric is being pleated for the hem of the front two panels of the skirt. The gown is to remain open on the bottom, and I wanted something at the opening to draw your eye to the faux kirtle that I'm making. I used a basic sleeve design to create the sleeves for the gown. Historically, slits would be cut into certain sections of the gown, like the sleeve, and a shirt or shift would poke through the holes. But I wanted Muse to be able to wear this in the winter or the summer without the additional layers. To create the look of having the shift poke through the cutouts without actually wearing a shift, I cut out triangles the colors of the shift and pinned them to the slits I made in the sleeve. In order to achieve that "I'm totes wearing a shift, don't question my honor" look, You will need to sew the sleeve fabric together at the bottom of the triangle. This will take the triangle shape to a diamond and bring the cuff of the sleeve together. Leave an opening at the wrist and add a button and a button loop to finish the sleeve. I hemmed the skirt since there wasn't a lot of alterations made to the pattern. I wanted to go ahead, add the trim, and focus solely on the top half of the gown. The bodice ended up being 3 layers, 2 layers of satin and a structure layer of canvas. Gather your skirt the usual way. Don't you hate reading that in vintage or historical patterns? Ugh, same. Anyway, gather your skirt the usual way. Finish any wretched hand sewing you have left. I saw the velvet and I couldn't pass it up. This is the level of extra I'm going for in this project. After folding the fabric, I cut an opening for the arm and shaped the outer edge of the sleeve into a more curved shape. I suggest wearing dark colors as you cut your velvet so no one can see you sweat. This panel will become the faux kirtle. I lined this in the African wax print that you will see featured in the final look at the end of this video. The velvet sleeves stay on with a drawstring. I made another pair of sleeves with the African wax print and bridal satin for the second look of the gown. I measured out the placement of my grommets using this thing I found in my house. If you don't have this random thing in your house, I would suggest using a ruler. Finish, well, you know, the usual way. Muse absolutely loved this look. If you want to see more of the two gowns in motion, check out the video linked at the end. If you liked what you saw in court today and would like to become a courtier, be sure to like and subscribe. Of course, the royalty here love to hear from everyone, even if you're just passing through. Be sure to leave us a message and comment below. Until next time.